Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do an in-depth DMRVP review of the Bass Cat Lynx new for the 2026 model year. DMRVP stands for Description, Meaning, Relevance, Value, and Purpose. I am being hosted today by Copper State Marine, a big awesome sign. A great place to come and get your boat repaired if you need to, and if you need a Bass Cat, this is the place to go, and I think they'll work with you and do everything they can to make you a happy customer and for you to join the Bass Cat family, which by the way is a very, very cool thing just to know when you get out there in the water. Other Bass Cats are in Arizona now, and it's kind of fun for me to see that. So the Lynx has exactly the same hull as a Puma. I've ridden in a Puma and I can tell you the ride was incredible. I have the Caracal SP and there's no doubt the Puma's ride was just superior. Of course, it's a little bit longer and it has the STS style features to it, which are, you know, trade secret, if you will. And the Lynx has exactly that. This particular boat owner had a Puma prior, and I asked him, I said, why did you move up to the Lynx? And his answer is very simple. The Puma has a net scabbard that runs right down the middle in the front deck, and that splits up the boxes where you store all your tackle. And he was using bags, and he said he didn't like pulling all the bags out, so he wanted to use Plano tackle boxes, right? And so that's one of the features here of the Lynx that I'll show you, and we can talk about that in depth. But that's the reason why he switched boats. But you notice he didn't switch brands. Yes, he could have got a standard, if you will, front deck layout from many of the other boat companies, but he didn't. He stayed with Bass Cat. Why? Because it's such a great hull. Lifetime warranty on the hull, whether you keep the boat yourself or you sell it. Why can Bass Cat do that? They use the best resins, they use the best fiberglass. Their transom is a resin and fiberglass. Everything is incredibly done well. And that's why a Bass Cat is going to cost a few $1,000s more on average over other boat manufacturers. It's just a fact. You got to live with it if you want to buy nothing but the best. But because you are willing to spend a little bit more, it brings more value in the long run. Anyway, so let's have a walk around and let's see what this boat kind of looks like from the outside. And then I'm going to jump inside and we'll go through all the decks and everything and try to talk to you as best I can about what I already know about Bass Cat, and then some of this stuff will be new to me, and we'll comment about it, and I'll give you the relevance and meaning and hopefully the purpose of all the features as we go through the boat. One of the biggest features of the Bass Cat Lynx is its traditional front deck. And I think this has a lot of meaning to Bass Cat, because my take is people come and look at Bass Cats and they go, oh, I love the boat, you're the best built, great warranty, but I just don't like your deck layout. It's not traditional, I'm not used to it. Bass Cat in the past has had very untraditional front decks. My Caracal SP is one of those, which by the way I find fantastic. It almost feels like I prefer a non-traditional front deck, especially my off-center rod locker. I find that to be very, very handy, but I may not be traditional, but there are a lot of customers out there who would love to transition to a Bass Cat because they're the best, the top in the market, but they just don't like the front layout. So Bass Cat is responding to the marketplace. This is my humble opinion. I don't know what they're up to, but this is how I'm thinking about it logically. And now, you know, obviously this Bass Cat's going to have a very traditional front deck, and I'm going to show you that in detail. But here, just get an idea what I mean. Obviously this is a big deck. I'm going to show you the inside here in a minute, but this is one sturdy piece of equipment. Gas jacks right there, or lifts, whatever you want to call them, are very, very sturdy. This is very, very rock solid. So I'm assuming that this is going to last a long time. Also, by the way, I just noticed, because this boat is longer than my caracal. My caracal is as wide, but this boat is about a foot longer, maybe a little more, as all this extra space that is right here. I don't have as much space down here, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, but I don't know if you can see this, but this is a very, very excellent ice box right there, which I'll dive into. Again, traditional location with the best latches that in the marketplace to hold these lids down in some cases. So let me go ahead and grab my camera, and let me show you everything, and we'll have a quick talk about it. So here's the standard front deck. This is pretty impressive. Rod locker on each side, as you can see here, and right down the middle is the big, big locker. What I find is really incredible is this little side locker here, which I'm going to open up first. This will be a surprise to me. Okay, very, very sturdy lids. Let me lift it up. I absolutely love this little spot here. That's exactly what I want. Here we have some electronics. I want to use this as a bit of a day box. Turns out there's a tray that fits into this compartment you can use as a day box. And the beautiful part is because I can use this as I'm sitting down. I'm sitting right here. I can open that up and grab exactly what I need for the day. And I think that's fantastic. Let's open this big boy though. This is the centerpiece of the front deck design. Here it is. Okay, look how big that is. Let me pull this out carefully. This looks like a really nice... Okay, so look at this particular storage. This is what people are going to want in this particular boat. Tons of space here for Plano boxes, exactly what this owner wanted. Plus you get a whole bunch of side little things to hang spinner baits and buzz baits, and little areas where you can drop in bags if you want, and even more space for even more Planos. Plus you can see up there, right, you can tell I can put certain things up there, and notice where they put the electronics. That's an incredibly great place, nice and dry, and it's kind of out of the way. But I would stuff, you know, some clothing up there that I don't use very much here. And oh, that little thing right there, that little gray thing with a little wire, that is a little compartment where you twist off and you can keep your boat registration very dry and safe right in there. I have that on my caracal, and it's tucked away, and it's beautiful. Very, very excellent gear. And something that is better in this model than my caracal is this rubber, you know, seal. I'm not happy with mine, but I think this particular one is in really good shape here, and Bass Cat does a good job on this particular model. Okay, here's the port rod locker. This is the main rod locker. This is the one where you'd stick your longest rods. Look at all that room. It's very deep. Let me see if I can stick my arm down in here. Yeah, I have a big arm. You can put a lot of rods in here. If I spin around here where this stuff is, it's a little deeper spot there. I could actually put my spinning rods in there. And of course, if you want, you can put your rod butts in here and hold them into place nice and snug. Here is another locker, obviously, and I understand you can use it for you can put rods in there of certain length, at least 7 footers, I believe. You can take a look, but obviously you can also use it to store all kinds of other goodies. With this deck as it is, it's just incredible, large and wide. I'm standing way up in the front of this boat, and look how much room there is. I'm a big guy, 6'1", I'm wide, got a bit of a gut, and I can stand 2 people side by side. And that's really the beauty of this Bass Cat boat with all this wide front deck. If you're fishing teams, it's incredible. And if you're just want more space, if you're a little unsure of your balance, this is just a fantastic boat. I can imagine people just love fishing out of the front of this boat, as I do with my Caracal. The width is up here. It's amazing. Plenty of deck space. This is just gigantic. Here on the front of the deck, we have a Garmin trolling motor with a live foot, a Garmin unit, and a Battlefish Pro large screen Garmin unit as well. The cockpit is spacious with plenty of room for your partner's rods and tackle. Sitting in this seat, I have everything I need right in front of me. I love how these two units, the Humminbird and the Garmin, are a little bit lower. I can easily see over the top of this. This is very important for safety when you're running fast or you're running in low light conditions. The two controls here, one is for the jack plate and one's for the trim. I'll show you the dash here with all the buttons to run everything, the lights, the aerators and everything. Of course, your murky controls are right here, and you have your twist for the live wells, you know, in and out water containment, right? Here is the back deck and stern of the Lynx. The cabling is organized and super clean. This Lynx has 2 gas tanks, one on each side, with a manual fuel switch in the splash well. Fuel tank placement is why Bass Cats are fast boats. There are 2 removable deck lids to make access to the bilge easy. Bass Cat, renowned for their custom trailers, designs fiberglass fenders that are step-on and rock solid. They use automotive tires, eliminating the need for expensive trailer tires during replacement. This Lynx features DD26 add-ons for easy boat access. The front steps, often overlooked, provide stability when recovering the boat and accessing the winch. I use the pole every time to hang on while I attach the strap. Hey everybody, I hope you liked that review and maybe some DMRVP input as well. Every little corner of this boat is well thought out. Every little thing has its purpose. And what's really incredible is they keep trying to improve it. In this case with the Lynx front deck, it is more of a industry me too type situation, but that's okay, because if the market demands something, you got to be a smart business person and respond. So I think Bass Cat is doing that. And when you put a more standard front deck on an incredibly, probably the best 20-foot boat in the marketplace, well, that's going to turn on a lot of buyers, and a lot of buyers are going to get into this Lynx, switching from other boats, and I think they're going to enjoy it. And here's the best part. A few years from now, you're going to be able to buy this boat used at a much lower discount. Of course, all used boats are, but here's the kicker. This boat is going to be rock solid. It is going to be so rock solid that you won't even know you have a slightly used boat. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about a boat in the future, that this model is just now getting in the marketplace, and it's going to make a mark. You're going to see them all over the place. So if you're thinking about buying a boat and you've never seen a Bass Cat, come on down to Copper State Marine and have a chat. They'll show you this boat. They have a couple boats over there they can talk to. They'll get you a ride in a boat, okay, if you need to know what it rides like. And I can tell you this STS model rides fanatically, incredibly awesome. Fanatical, is that okay? I don't know, but they are incredible boats, and they want to build a Bass Cat community, a Bass Cat family here in Arizona, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm seeing more and more Bass Cats on the water every day, and I know why, because they're high quality boats. And the guys at Copper State are going to want to take care of you and get you on the water with one of their boats. They have so many people with Bass Cat now that if you need a ride, I'm sure they can set you up. And these boats are fast. Bass Cats are fast boats. If you remember, I showed you where the gas tanks were in the back. Yeah, you have 2 different gas tanks and a switch that you have to switch between the 2 tanks. It's kind of like, you know, maybe a throwback, but the thing is, that puts weight back there and gives that pendulum movement, which really gives you lift in the front, especially with all this incredible gear that you see. And this boat will fly with that 250. And it's a 250. Oh, wait. Oh. I didn't even notice. The dude's got a 300 on it. Awesome. This boat is going to rock. I can't wait. I'm going to have to talk to the owner, and he's going to have to give me a ride in this boat, because I can't wait. The way I sat up above the electronics and I could see the deck, it's going to be phenomenal. If you are in the market and if you are a top-end kind of guy, yeah, these boats aren't cheap at all. But if you're one of those guys, get down here to Copper State Marine and have a chat. They'll get you in a Bass Cat, and you will appreciate it and you will love it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I gave you some, you know, DMRVP kind of feedback as I went along. and most importantly, be free out there. We're Americans. We deserve to be free.